this is Chris from Chris and Cars, and today we are driving a short trip in a Kia Picanto Exclusive model from 2012. It's a small engine, the 1.0 3-cylinder engine with a 69 brake horsepower and a maximum of 90 pound-feet of torque that comes around 3,000 RPMs, 3,200. It's really good for city driving. It's a small car. It's a micro car with a length of 3.6 meter or 141 inches, which means it's not the most roomy car in the world, but compared to the class, it's rather standard. Boot space is around 7.1 cubic feet or 201 liters. The boot is big enough for some daily shopping, grocery bags, and maybe 1 or 2 duffel bags. But it's really not big. But that's not the intention of the car. The car is built and made for city driving or maybe for daily pendling. I see a lot of those of cars from the microclass driving around in Denmark, and many are using them for daily commutes, pendling, because of fuel economy and price, of course. Microcars are rather cheap, maybe not in Denmark, but still they are cheaper in Denmark too, compared to other classes, and that makes them a preferable maybe car number 2 or for pendling. I wouldn't. With a family, we are the family of 3 per people. If this was our only car, well, it would be a little bit too small. I'm 5'10", and I sit rather comfortable in the chairs. The seats are adjustable in height, and you can adjust the steering wheel up and down, but not forward and backwards. But it's okay. It's relatively easy to find a nice comfortable seating position, and the thigh support is actually rather good, which means I can drive this car maybe not for 5-6 hours, but for 1 or 2 hours without feeling uncomfortable, which is nice, and not all cars can say that. 0 to 60 is around 14 seconds, 14 and a half. So it's not really a race car. I think it's great from 0 to 30. It has no problems keeping up in city traffic. But as soon as you pass that 30 miles, well, then you can feel the lack of power. And you're still able to drive on motorway speeds with 80 miles. In Denmark, we have a speed limit of around 80 miles, 130 kilometers on most motorways. And actually, it's no problem driving 130 kilometers in this car. But takeovers, that has to be planned a little bit, and that is really the weak point of the motor. Another thing about this car is fuel consumption. Well, it's says to be around I think it's 65 miles per gallon or 24-25 kilometers per liter. But in realistic, I measured this in 2012, half a year after we got it. I used it for work for a month, and I was averaging about 40 miles per gallon, which was a mix of city driving, highway driving, and motorway driving. So I think it's a general problem for the Korean cars that they are really optimistic about fuel consumption. I won't say it's not possible to get higher, but if you just want to drive the car and keeping the speed limits, but just driving the car, well, you should expect something around the 40 miles per gallon, or 17-18 kilometers per liter. Comfort in the car regarding noise, I think it's rather good. Actually, it's fairly good in the noise insulation. It's possible to have a normal conversation without having to to raise your voice. Even at the motorway speeds, it's rather good. The exclusive edition, that the exclusive trim we have here is born with the 15-inch wheels. Right now I'm driving with my winter tires, and then we are down to 14-inch. And of course 15-inch, they make a little bit more noise than the ones we got right now. But it's really, I think it's really a nice car. I really feel like it's a lot more expensive car and a bigger car when I sit here in the driver's seat. Also because it's the length from the steering wheel to the front window is rather long, so you feel like you're sitting in a bigger car. But it's not a big car, it's a small car, and that's what makes it really good for city driving, because finding a parking space with this car, that's easy. It's always possible to find somewhere to park the car. It fits in almost everywhere, and that's a benefit of the microcar class because of the size. They're easy to maneuver in city. The steering wheel is light. For some it would maybe be too light. When you're driving on the motorway, maybe it would be nice if it was a little more heavy. But in the city, it's really nice to drive around, and the steering is really light. Suspension is okay. I think the Picanto is a little bit to the firm side compared maybe to others. I like that personally, but if you're considering this car, you should test it out. And if you're driving mostly on really bad roads, that could be a turn down, a big con. So test that out if you're interested in this car. In the exclusive model, you get a lot of nice equipment, which at the time we bought this car, it was not even on the premium cars you could get that. So it has like a climate control, it has a heated steering wheel, which is nice in the winter. It has heated seats, power, folding mirrors, and keyless too. All really nice things to have. For me, when we're talking about microcars, there are like 3 different labels or brands you can choose from. There are many who makes these cars, but the Hyundai i10, the Volkswagen Up, and this Kia Picanto, I think, are the class leaders. The Up and the i10 has a bigger boot space, so if that's an issue, then you probably have to go for one of those. But for when I had to buy this car, we bought this car, well, the game changer for us was warranty, because 7 years of warranty on a car like this, that's really fantastic. And we have been driving this car for 44,000 kilometers, and well, reliability has been perfect. We had the handbrake has been fixed on warranty, and the brakes at the back end has been changed, and that's it. Besides normal service, that's all that's been done on this car. And that's something to consider too. I think the Kia and the Hyundai too are actually making some really nice quality cars compared to the past. So you should consider those if you want a reliable car that is cheap to maintain and cheap to run. I'm on my way out. This is December, and I'm out I have to do some shopping because Christmas is coming soon. Yeah. Last thing I would like to say about this car is the quality of the cabin. Well, it's not soft touch plastic, but it looks soft. It looks quality. So unless you hit it, you will feel that it's really a nice upmarket premium quality. Only until you start scratching at it. But I think it's nice. This is made before the before the time where every car should have a touch screen in the center, so it doesn't have that. But anyway, it's still nice. Well, I'm back and I've made a little bit of Christmas shopping, and we're driving again. Thank God I'm out of that hell, Christmas shopping hell. Well, what about practicality regarding places to store your stuff in the car? Okay, you stop. Good, great. Well, at the back there's not a lot of stuff. There's no door bins, nowhere actually to store stuff except for pockets on the back of the front seats. Up front it's a little bit different story. You have 2 cup holders and a small room for other knickknacks. Then at the handbrakes you have a small place to store smaller stuff, and well, I won't say medium, somewhere between small and medium sized door bins in the front. But it's not a big car. I think Kia could have done a little bit better about this. You have a 12 volt socket in the front and a USB and an aux port in the front for charging your phone or connecting to the media system. But that's it. There's no 12 volt socket in the. Oh, I have to think about where I'm driving now. There's no 12 volt socket in the trunk. But that's okay. It's a city car. This is meant to be, you know, for sitting driving, and not for, you know, a family car like that. So I think it's okay. Well, I'm at the dealer now because in a few days I hope to get my new Kia. But I was going to check out if everything is okay, if everything is going according to plan. I don't think it's out here. Hopefully it's somewhere in one of the garages, and I will go. And it's not parked down there. And someone is actually doing stuff with the car. I have to. It's like Christmas for me. I have to stop and I have to check it out. So bear with me. I'll be back in a second. Well, I've been looking through the windows and I cannot see my car, but it's probably in there somewhere. I don't know. It's this is a Sunday, the 3rd of December, and I'm supposed to get it on Tuesday the 5th. So they should be really close, but it had to get some coating and protection underneath against rust. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little video review about the Kia Picanto Exclusive. As always, feel free to ask questions, make comments, and like the video, of course, if you did like it, and subscribe to my channel, and bring on that notification bell if you do. And I just look forward to see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe and have fun. Bye bye.